Oh, thanks, Rob. Thanks, Sean. What a weekend it has been for Visma Lease-a-Bike. Riding in pink into Rome. Simon Yates winning his second Grand Tour, his first Giro D'Italia, and Olaf Koy taking the stage win as a little cherry on the top. 3 stages in the end for Visma Lease-a-Bike, a second stage win for Olaf Koy, and you really couldn't have scripted it for them any better, Robbie, could you?
What a big finish to the Giro for Visma Lease-a-Bike. Take the leader's jersey on the second last day and then just go out on the last day to remind everybody who couldn't keep up over the Finestre what a team that they are. We do this as well. And Walt, I mean, I said it before in jest, I'll say it again. Lucky he didn't do too much yesterday so he could do a good lead-up for Coy today.
I mean, he is MVP in day out, isn't he, Steve? But Olaf Koy, what an impressive sprint that was, because he went fairly early in the end, given the gradient of that sprint.
Yeah, I think just to go back just even before that, the turn Affini pulled, ripping into it, and that just set them up. And I think probably in their heads they had the ideal markers to hit, and I think he went above and beyond, and that just set it all up. And Coy was so strong in the final, yeah.
Yeah, you've got to give full credit to Eduardo Affini in that lead-out, Matt. He's a machine, isn't he?
He's an absolute machine. There's that lovely head-on shot of Affini on the right-hand side and Dries de Bont trying to do the same on the left. And Dries fighting with himself. It was all over his bike, just trying to keep the same power. Whilst you saw Affini, that raw power on the right-hand side, dropping Van Aert into the right place. And then just the speed they carried in meant that they created the space to drop off Coy in the right place. You know, Wout van Aert swung off, gave everybody room to sprint, but this man won it cleanly in the end. Superb team performance. Yeah, pink tidal wave today for these boys. Look what it means. Imagine that 3 stage wins, the overall. You put Wout anywhere, he's a game changer, isn't he? He really, really is. You can plonk him in any situation in the bike race and he will make a difference. Brilliant.
He's a game changer on his best form, and that's what we're getting to witness once again at this Giro D'Italia, and it's what is such fun. And it's lovely to see a team that has been through an awful lot of adversity over the last year, over the last 24 hours even, having that chance to celebrate again. It's quite contagious, it's quite infectious, isn't it, Robbie?
Well, once you get on a roll again, you come out of that deep valley that they've been on, and they've now scaled the heights, and they're just going to keep going. They're absolutely launched. I mean, everything they touch turns to pink.
Yeah.
I nearly said gold, but I remembered where I was.
Well, I was going to say, without getting too ahead of ourselves, Steve, Jonas Vingegaard will be watching this somewhere or other, wherever he is preparing for the Tour de France. And this will give a huge boost to all of that team as well, won't it? Because, yes, it's a different team, it's different competition, it's a different squad. However, when your squad is winning, it gives you that extra momentum and that extra confidence, doesn't it?
No, exactly. They'll be up in altitude somewhere, Sierra or Tenerife, and they'll be watching. I'm sure they'll be watching our coverage, and
hello guys.
They'll be buzzing off it. I'm sure they'll feel. You know, it's nice when you've got that winning feeling in the team. That'll give them a lot of confidence going into the Tour, and it also takes a little bit of pressure away. You know, if the team's moving in a really good direction like that.
Yeah, it certainly is moving in the right direction. And one man's race who moved in exactly that way was, of course, Wout van Aert. Let's hear from him.
Yeah, kind of emotional. He's such a relaxed guy, but you could really see that, that it means so much to him, and especially the place where he did it yesterday. I think that was a special moment.
Siena was the turning point to switch like from the nightmare start of the Giro with the illness for you and Olaf to a dream finish.
Yeah, I wouldn't say a nightmare, but until that point we were you know, when you have a ketchup bottle and it's almost empty, keep shaking, nothing happens, and then at some point everything comes out at once.
And it was pink.
That's what happened. Yeah.
A beautiful analogy. There's something left in the bottle. Just keep going. The ketchup will land on that plate eventually. You know, maybe mayo.
It's very un-Belgian of him that he said ketchup. I was expecting mayo.
I mean, that's wild. I thought it was a miraculous bottle of religious water or something. It kept shaking.
Well, it started in the Vatican City, so it could well have been that.
Love that analogy.
But it is a brilliant analogy because he came into this race with an almost empty bottle, and he had to keep smashing the bottom of that bottle to get anything out, and then it exploded everywhere to continue this very clumsy, messy analogy.
It's fine. It's the final stage. That's pretty much say what you want.
We're covered in ketchup and holy water as well, apparently.
Indeed, yeah. No, I forgot what we were talking about. But yeah, I mean, yeah, they started off, it's been difficult. And when you think about it, just going back to 2023 when they dominated, won all the Grand Tours, 2024, barren.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
and then with all the injuries thrown into the mix as well. But they started to turn things round, and there's real joy in their face there. I mean, they are a team. It's just a reminder, isn't it, that they've got this collective belief. They trust each other. They give each other chances. They let each other express themselves. But they've got quality.
Yeah.
So they've had their bad luck, but essentially what they've got is real quality. And now and everything's circular as well. It all comes back again, and now they're looking good. And we've even heard, I mean, just to look ahead to the Tour de France, that Jonas is in the best form ever in training as well. So there's that to think about. So as Robbie said, they've now got momentum.
They've got momentum, and they've got that camaraderie that comes with surviving difficulty together, that band of brotherhood, you know, and I think that can be a very dangerous, ominous sight for everybody from the outside looking in. Shall we stand from the outside and look in at this sprint finish? Because it was wonderful, Robbie.
Yeah, let's have a look. What I was really interested in was positioning coming into this final chicane with around 450 metres to go. Now, at this point, they've already got into it, but when you see at the front here, Eduardo, I'm going to go with yellow because it's a Jumbo-Visma Lisa bike, excuse me, colour, even though they're in pink. Affini, still on the front. Wout van Aert, and then you've got Olaf Koy. Mads Pedersen was sitting ideally in the wheel. Here was the battle between Caden Groves and Michael Zaylard for the position behind, and then Moschetti behind that. So take all that away and roll forward. But you just see that at this point, they've gotten Wout van Aert to at least 350, 330 metres from the finish. So he's up and out, accelerating, and it is launching Koy perfectly onto the slope, not before it, but onto it before he needs to come out of the wheel. And if I just quickly pause again, it was at this point, Moschetti here had popped out of the wheels and gone early. He'd actually got around Caden Groves and boxed him in slightly. Mads Pedersen up the inside, he'll be looking up here. There's just nowhere to go. There's not the room to do it. Everybody else here, they're battling for a top 10. They're out of it. But straight up the side and just holding his line, but so smooth and so powerful off a perfect lead out. Koy is able to fend off a fast finishing Caden Groves. Moschetti gets his best position so far in this Giro. Mads just didn't quite have it in the legs today. He was good, but the others were just better. But I've got to say, for Olaf Koy and the team, that was a perfectly executed sprint. And I'll also say, off the back of this morning, when we saw that minute of silence for Daisy Geesink, the wife and of Robert Geesink and their family, that sort of thing too, it's like they were riding for something extra today. Yeah, and that is a performance worthy and fitting and the perfect way for them to finish off this Giro.